Hey, what's going on, guys?
Talk about meeting Russell Wilson for the first time.
The
first time as a Bronco.
Oh, yeah. So I guess similar to Court, I can't remember exactly when, but a few days after we found out that we were going to have Russ as our quarterback, he shot me over a FaceTime call and just expressed, his excitement and how he's been a fan of the team from afar, and how excited he was, to play with the guys. And, I was like, we're the ones that are excited. So it's going to be great. Obviously really excited. It's going to be a great season.
Is there a point now, because before we have talent, but we have this, and that quarterback question has hung over this franchise. Since Peyton, does it feel like kind of no more excuses, the lane's clear to reach potential now?
Yeah, you could definitely say that. I mean, I'm just how I'm wired. I just don't like making excuses either way. I think, we know that in a lot of cases and in a lot of scenarios, it's a quarterback-driven league. But from a defensive perspective, I don't like having that out. And so for me, defensively, and for a lot of guys on our defense, most guys, every game we went into, last year, years prior, was we can win this game, and defense wins championships. And so, that's still the standard for us moving forward. We want to compete and hold up that Lombardi trophy at the end of the year. It's no doubt going to come down to how we play on the defensive side of the ball, and that's going to be the attitude and the mentality all year.
Jackson coming back, what does that mean for back into the secondary and your year two's relationship back there?
Yeah, it means everything. Kareem is an unsung hero in the back end, and I don't think he gets enough credit. Especially with the volume that he plays at, and obviously going into year, I believe it's 13 or 14, one of the two, and he's old. The volume that he plays with, and going into that many years of playing, it just you can't replace that. And it means a lot. It's going to mean a lot for us, for the verbiage, new system, coming in, and a lot of things will overlap, but there are a lot of things that are going to be new, and it'll be great to have a guy like him. He's been around, he's seen it, he knows. It's going to be great for our younger guys, to learn from him and to overlap, all right, this is how we did it last year, right? But this is how it connects. And obviously I can do those things too, but not nearly at the level that Kareem can do it. And so, selfishly, also, that's like my brother. And he's helped me so much, not only on the field, but off the field, parenting and things like that. So I love him, man. I'm excited we have him back.
What about the audible volume in practice? Now you don't have to pick up that slack because he's definitely the loudest in terms of shouting back at the offense. So
yeah.
How nice is that?
Yeah, it's great. You can't, some things you can't teach, and you definitely, no one taught Kareem how to chirp back. He's one of the most competitive guys I've been around, and he gets you going. I would say I'm cool, calm, and collected most times, but as soon as he starts chirping, he just fires you up, and so it's exciting.
How eager are you to get on the field and just see how good you guys are together with this new defensive coaching staff and these new pieces in place? Yeah, no,
I'm really excited. I love all the guys that, and I'm not saying this because I'm up here, but with DJ and Randy and K1 and a few other guys, but I've actually sat down and I've watched them play, and I've really been big fans of how they play the game, and so it's exciting for me because I get to play with those guys, and obviously I'm going to build a really good relationship with K1 just because there's so much flow that goes on with the safety and nickel position, but I'm just excited, man. It's going to be a great season, and it's going to be great competition. You get a chance to practice against Russ every day. It's going to be fun.
What have your initial impressions been of Nathaniel Hackett, and what have some of your first interactions been like?
Yeah, he's been great. Court said it when he was up here, but not to sound like a broken record, just energy. His energy's almost unmatched. It's great. It's contagious. He's building an environment around here that's, celebratory, in the fact that you want to come in, you want to celebrate, the ins and outs of guys' lives, right? Guys having kids, marriages. People are getting married, upcoming marriages. Things that you should know about. And I mean, just like it's new, it's fresh, and so you just you appreciate it, and it's been a lot of fun. Just I know it's only been technically one day, but just being around him, for the past few weeks now, you can tell he's special and he has great energy about him.
What about Coach Evero and the changes he's going to have versus Fangio?
Yeah.
If at all.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some. I think the biggest thing is just verbiage. Everyone has different ideas of how they want to call things and little intricacies in every defense. I've said it before, but cover 4 is cover 4, but the way that you want to run it is just different. Going from one coach to another, and so we're just now getting into those little intricacies. But from my understanding, I think that there's going to be a lot of turnover. A lot of things that are going to be the same from, the defense that we've been a part of in years prior.
You mentioned kind of little things, birthdays, anniversaries. Is that something that was kind of missing the last few years?
I wouldn't say it was missing not by any stretch. I just mean we came in today and before he got on a spiel about philosophy and who he was and who the coaching staff is and the guys that we hired, he was just updating us on guys in the room, which I don't know, my first thing I thought, when I was coming in here was all the things I just said, philosophy, this is where I come from, this is the coaching tree I came from, this is that, but it was, hey guys, let's clap it up for Jerry having, let's clap it up for Josie, let's clap it up for, Brett just recently, got married, and, there's a bunch of other guys that have, things that are worth celebrating. It's bigger than football.
Was there anything you didn't know that you found out about?
No, nothing that I didn't know, but I thought it was great. That was the first thing we started off with, so.
What kind of conversations is like Coach Hackett's first time to ever stand up as the guy, as the head coach, right, in your opening meeting? So what does he do? Because we're all talking about the energy, we're all talking about everything he brings. Was it a different opening meeting you've seen? Anything different happen in that sense? What did he do when he addressed you guys for the first time?
Yeah, I guess the thing that stuck out, and it's not like it was, I know how this goes. It's not like it was missing from anything in other team meetings past, but the thing that stuck out was just connecting. Every guy would walk in and, it'd be like, what's up? Trying to have a conversation real quick or two with most guys, and then, music's playing, and you guys have heard him talk about his, I don't know how to say it, but his dancing background, and so he likes music, right? And so he's talking about music and how inspirational it was for him when he was growing up, and all this stuff, and it just felt like genuine conversation, you just meet someone for the first time, and hey, what are your interests? What do you like? And you're just talking shop.
Just as you go into this season, what are the, after your self-scout in the offseason, what are the ways that you want to elevate your game this year?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things. I could be up here for a long time talking about things that I individually want to improve on. But once again, man, and I it's really not an out, and it's not to sound like a broken record, but I'm just a really firm believer in communication, and that's just my number one goal every single year. I never think you can master that. I think my wife would attest to that comment. But I'm a firm believer, because I remember even last year talking about, hey, communication is important, right? And then the first couple games of the season, there was big plays left and right in the secondary, and a lot of that had to do with communication, and especially on my end. And so I'm not just up here preaching and saying communication just to make it easy and make it sound cute. I'm a firm believer in that. And so a couple new guys in the secondary, with K1, and just still trying to figure out how we're going to flow and ebb as a secondary and all that stuff. And with the new scheme, it's going to be really important.
Justin, what kind of conversations do you have with either Talib or John Johnson, who played with the BC, about Coach Everett?
Yeah, I haven't reached out to Talib yet, but I've talked to John. I've talked to John pretty regularly, and it works out because, I think, not speaking for Coach E, but I know John, is a really good student of the game, and I know he really liked working with them. And so John's a great soundboard for me. I go up to him and I'm asking him questions left and right, how he played this, how he played that, how it worked, how it operated, how it flowed, what was the first year like, transition-wise, this, that, and the other. So it's been great, just being able to have someone like that. And it means a little bit more, too, because and I played with John in college, and I have a lot of respect for John. I feel like he's underrated. He's one of the best in the league at what he does, and so it's been great, getting some info from him.
Justin, last year, a lot of players were wrestling with whether to come in for the voluntary workouts or not. Has there been more now? Is there the Russell Wilson effect? More players showed up here Monday, and where does that stand? Haven't heard as much noise about it this year.
Yeah, I don't think, at least I can speak for my decision. I don't think, Russ or anything like that had anything to do with like my decision of not showing up or showing up. I just think, it's a new culture, it's a new staff. And, as a leader, as one of the leaders on the team, I feel like it's important to show up, be present, and to start building the camaraderie, because no matter how many guys are back from last year's team, it's different, it's new. And there's new relationships to build, and you want to build that rapport now in person. A lot of complications with last year, and by no means am I saying COVID is over, but still running rampant, and it was high, and there are a lot of things that altered a lot of guys' decisions. But I just think this year is different, and like I said, new scheme, new staff, new culture. It's just important to be here.
But can you feel a Russ effect in terms of the way you guys communicate without Russ just in the building, or teammates since y'all got him?
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's no denying the different energy and vibe in the building. The confidence, guys are walking around with, and so it's great. I think having a guy like that can do that, just with his presence is exciting. And defensively, like I said, man, the number one thing we've talked about so far is like, man, this is great. We know we're going to be, we're going to be competing. We're going to be in games. There's obviously Russ is known for a bunch of different things, right, in a positive way. But what an opportunity defensively to kind of like solidify it, though. What an opportunity for us to go out there, and maybe he doesn't have to have a fourth quarter comeback. We get those stops that we needed, and so that's what I'm really looking forward to, is kind of stepping. All phases got to step up now, especially the defense.
Justin, playing with Pat in his first season and everything he had to learn playing the cornerback spot, what do you expect from him year two, and what can he do in this league, in year two for his career? Yeah, Pat, I don't even know if I want to put expectations on him. I feel like I'd be selling him short. But, he's just, you could tell in his technique, anyone that watches the game and watches the corner position and his approach, his technique, I said it before, but he's just been drilled and coached at such a young age that it's just natural. And anytime you have those basic fundamentals as a player, the sky's the limit. You can just go above and beyond any expectations that you have for yourself. And so there's no doubt in my league that Pat is arguably, and this is just my opinion, obviously going to be a top 5 corner, in this league for as long as he wants to play every single year. And I don't think that's even, I get to work with him, so I could be biased, but I don't think that's a debate.